Hey guys, welcome back to the video. My name is Mohit. So in the previous video, we discussed a basic example of use state hook. That was for how to implement the use state hook. In this video, we will look another example, that is how to set state value based on the previous state value. So now again I'm going to implement a counter. In this counter we will have some buttons like increment, decrement and reset the counter. So now I'm going to create a file in the components folder, that is hook counter 2.js. Within this file, I am going to use React snippet to create a functional component. So now we will create a state variable and corresponding setter function by using use state hook. So before start, we need to include use state, set initial count, initialized with 0, count state, and set count setter method is equal to use state with a default value of initial count. Now we will add JSX. So we need to display the count value. So the count is going count here. After this we need to add 3 buttons that we discussed earlier, that are increment, decrement and reset. So button reset, the second one is increment, third one is decrement. So for the reset button, on click is going to like an arrow function. Within this we need to call set count setter method and passing in initial count as an argument. So it will set the count value by 0. So next we have increment button here. So on click it will also an arrow function. We need to call here set count setter method and the argument will be count plus 1, so that it will increase the count value by 1. Similarly for decrement, we need to change plus to minus here, so that it will decrease the count value by 1. So now we can include the component in app component. So we need to remove this, just include hook counter like this. We need to remove this also. So now save all the files and take a look at the browser. So yeah, so we got the 3 buttons: reset, increment and decrement. So when I click on increment, it will increase the count value by 1, and if I click on decrement, it decreases the value by 1, and if I click on reset, So it set the count value to 0. So you might be thinking, what is so special and so different in this example, and how it is different from what we have done in previous video. So here is the thing, the current implementation and the way we have incremented the count value in the previous video are unsafe. Although it seems like working, but it is not the right way to change the count value. Let me show why. So I'm going to add another button that will increase the count value by 5. So text will be increment 5. So it will indicate that it increase the count value by 5. So on click, we call a function that is increment 5. So now we define the increment 5 function. It will be as an arrow function. So in the function body, we use for loop, let I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, and we call set count within the for loop, passing in count plus 1 as an argument. So it incrementing it by 1 each time. So rather than directly incrementing by 5, we are looping it 5 times and incrementing it by 1 each time. So now save the files and go back to the browser. Yes, so we got the increment 5 button here, and when I click on increment 5, you can see clearly the count is incremented by only 1. You can see here. So the set count method is reading the state value of the count state variable. So to overcome this, we need to find another way. So we will use second form of set count function. So basically, instead of passing in a value of the new state variable here, we can pass a function that has access to the old state value. So set count is going to accept function that has access to the old count. So previous count is going to be the argument, and previous count plus 1. So it will take the previous count value and increment it by 1. So we are passing a function that has old state value and increment the old state value by 1 here. So now save the file and go back to the browser and check it out. So perfect. You can see now it increases the count value by 5. So anytime you need to update the state value based on the previous state value, always go with the safer option by passing the function as argument that will set the new state value. So let me do this for decrement button also. So we can put it like directly like this. So go back to the browser, we can check it, working fine. So that is the second example. So whenever you need to update the state value based on the previous state value, pass the function as argument to the state setter method. So that's all, we will bind up with that. So thank you guys for watching the video. Please subscribe the channel. Thanks.